Hey everybody, it's Ian. It is Saturday, February 21st, and I just would like to take a breath there's so much going on in the world, and I feel like part of my job is to figure out how to put stuff in front of you that is interesting, compelling, timely, and I think I got some stuff for you. So let's take a look at my March calendar is just pretty packed with really fun activities. We've got a March 7th wine, cheese, and chocolate session. It's like great wines of the world, top, seasonal cheeses from the cheese store, and chocolates that'll be from a combination of Paris, recent visit to Paris, and some top chocolates from Beverly Hills. And they've got some great chocolatiers there. And we're pairing some really exclusive wines. There's only a couple spots left, so check that out. Wine Friender, $59, totally casual. Come and make some friends. Tuesday, March 10th. Bring a great bottle. It's not about the bottle so much, it's about the story of why you picked that wine. Now, if you're really into wine, bring something magnificent. There'll be no wine that is too good for this audience. Trust me, it doesn't happen. But if you want to bring something very casual because it really appeals to you, you want to share that wine, you want to share the story of why you picked that wine. It's a great way to socialize, very kind of soft structure. We have a little food, we have a little conversation, just really therapeutic in some ways to be able to talk with other people that love wine. And you never know what can happen. You can make great new friends. So far, it's been a real success, and we're really happy to champion our Wine Friender product. Now, I've got my champion class wine camp, which everybody should take. I'm going to come back to the dinner here. I believe one of these dates is sold out. Yes, the 15th is sold out. So we added the 14th. There's this cool new ticket I want to show you. Like if you're under 30, the price of the class is only 75 bucks. You're under 25, it's $25. Why? Because I want to be the person to introduce you to wine, to bring you up to speed. There's only a couple tickets left or available for each class at those prices. I'm not going to get destroyed doing that, but I really believe that the youth need to get involved in wine, and I'd love you to tell some people about it. Now, got a champagne and Howlin' Rays coming down the pipe. We're bringing back wine, Palette Builder, and we're also bringing Wine Camp to Santa Monica. So some really fun stuff there. We've also got a feast lined up. It's a French class with a Michelin star chef doing classic French dishes. Check that out. Now let's go back to the real reason for this video. Is just for me to go off for a minute about how much detail we put into this really fun dinner. This is not for everybody, but it is for those that really love wine and food and want something very special to do. March 12th, you make a deposit. Once we get up to strength, here's the dinner. It's 8 courses, 8 wines, 8 people. Let me take you into a slideshow that I made about the dinner. First of all, you need to appreciate that this is in the private room at Providence Restaurant, which is a Michelin 3 star. There's only 2 of those in the city of Los Angeles. The chef gets my wine list of 8 wines. I'm going to share those with you in a second and builds the menu around it based on the absolute freshest ingredients of the day. So we don't make the menu available in advance, but I will talk about some things that they'll be doing. And we can meet pretty much any dietary restrictions with advance notice. Just give me 72 hours advance notice, and I can tell the restaurant they can do anything you need or not do anything you need, whatever it is. and let me get into it. Now, the restaurant is magnificent. And if you've never done Providence before, or maybe you have and you haven't been back in a while, they got this award at the end of 2025. And ever since they got the award, they have been rising up. You know, this really took them from a different mentality of being the best two-star Michelin in LA to now having to show everybody that they are a great Michelin three-star. I think it's a testament to them that they continue to rise and do amazing stuff. Cimarusti is all about it. This dude is working his ass off, making some amazing food. He's got a great resume, and his everything from his product knowledge to the ideas behind each dish just really have been sensational. I will say that selfishly, this is the greatest work I can get. I love to do these dinners because it is so well done. It makes my job so easy. And then I add another tier. We're going to drink the greatest wines ever made. Let me show you what I got in line for this particular occasion. Jacques Selosse is arguably the most collected name right now in fine champagne. And we are going to have this Blanc de Noir, Grand Cru, Extra Brut with the Caviar course. Now, when you go to Providence, there's a menu cost. Then there's additions. We get them all. We get all the additions. Okay. The truffles, the caviar, the A5 Wagyu. Check, check, check. We're doing it all. Going big. Starting off with one of the greatest champagnes out there is the way we roll on these dinners. Château-Grillet. Never had it before, or maybe if you have, this is legendary stuff from the Northern Rhône, 100% Viognier. I'm going to tell you the story behind the wine when we get there. This is magnificent. That champagne, by the way, retails somewhere around 12 to $1,400 a bottle. This Gruyere is somewhere 600 to 700. Now think about the retail price versus a restaurant price, and the real value starts to come clear here. You could order any one of these bottles that we're going to taste this on this particular occasion at the restaurant, and it'll be six, seven, 800, $2,000, $4,000 a bottle. We're going to share 8 bottles with 8 guests. One of my favorite producers in the world, one of the most impactful producers in Spain, the most important producer in Rioja, one of their rarest wines, believe it or not, the white Rioja. This sells for 5 times what the red sells for. This is a 98 pointer. Yeah, so freaking amazing to have it with great cuisine. Aubert 100 Point Chardonnay 2015. As good as it gets. This is magic. This is the Aladdin lamp. Not the most expensive wine, but you want to try maybe arguably, I'm going to put this out there. This bottle is the greatest California Chardonnay ever made. Prove me wrong. Okay. You could go back to the Paris competition of 1976. It was the 74, the 75 Chateau Montelena that won the competition. No, I've had that wine. This is the best California Chardonnay ever made right here. And I can't wait to open that with you. Maybe you haven't heard, you've certainly heard of Brunello di Montalcino, but maybe you haven't tried Soldera. This bottle of wine sells for over $2,000. It is unicorn level stuff, and that's what we're doing here. We're opening up great wines from great vintages from the greatest producers. Spare no expense, okay? And I am so looking forward to watching your face light up when we put these wines under people's faces. the way their whole life is changed. I mean, we have done it now 4 times with the restaurant, and the results are the same. People are walking away saying that this is the greatest meal they've had, or one of the greatest meals they've ever had. And this is one of those wines. This is another one. Cinquenon. I'll tell the story. We'll taste this rare little Syrah from 16, now 10 years old. This baby is going to be righteous. And I expect this to be paired with either the A5 Wagyu or the duck. The duck has a little cherry compote with it. Could be magic here. I don't make those decisions, by the way. The Somm team and the chef decide or help me decide on the ordering of the wines. We could even tweak the order a little bit of which wine is served in which order, just because of what's happening in the marketplace. And by the way, probably have something with truffles with this wine here. You know, it's 25 years old, it's starting to show some age, or maybe we go out to our seventh course, which is a dedication to 1964. We're going to drink a Charles Krug 1964, which I just had recently in Napa Valley. I bought these bottles from a private seller. They are all in magnificent condition. The wine is legendary stuff. Back then, if you take a look at that alcohol number at the bottom of that label, 12%. These wines are barely moving. They're still beautiful in color. They are magic in a bottle. I recommend the wines of the 1960s, especially before 69. They are just really awesome. 64, maybe the best vintage out there. You could argue with anyone about that. And you could also argue about who was making the best at that time. But this is a great bottle. And we're going to do this one too. Because you never know when 64s get involved, maybe something's a little off or a little different. So we're going to cover some ground. We're going to have two great 1964s. If you haven't had a 64 Conterno, this is it's like Napa and Barolo had like the exact same vintage results basically in the 60s, and 64 was ridiculous. And this is one of the greatest producers that there is. You can see it's got 98 points. We'll see how this bottle fares. I think it's perfect irony that we're eating at Providence restaurant because it's all about the provenance of the wines. And these bottles are awesome. They're beautiful specimens, and I want to share them with you. And if we fill up the dinner, we're going to be drinking this $1,500 Madeira from 1937 with our dessert. And if you are not a fan or don't even know anything about Madeira, I'm going to give you all the stuff you need to know. This will set your life on fire for Madeira. It'll change you. So join me for a night of amazing, by the way, it's at least 5 desserts that you have at a Michelin star restaurant. It is really an incredible experience. I hope you'll consider it. Maybe tell a friend about it. Take a look at what we're doing. I put this out to the universe, hoping that people will get involved with anything that we've put our hearts to. That's what we do at Learn About Wine, and I want to see you at any of our events coming up. Join me at learnaboutwine.com.